Imagine this: you're trapped in a long, unmoving line of traffic, the car's clock ticking away while your frustration quietly builds. Or maybe it's that moment of watching a web page load, waiting impatiently as the seconds crawl by. These are the small but constant interruptions that test our patience every day. Each of these moments, minor as they may seem, reminds us how easily impatience has become a part of our lives, chipping away at our peace and leaving us feeling stressed, tense, and hurried. In our quest for everything now, patience has become a lost art. Today, we have same-day deliveries, instant answers at our fingertips, and endless shortcuts to avoid waiting. But in gaining speed, what have we sacrificed? Patience is more than just waiting, it's the ability to remain calm, centered, and in control amidst life's small frustrations. Patience is the quiet strength to accept life as it unfolds, moment by moment, without forcing or resisting. As Buddha once said, to be patient is to give up the struggle, to surrender our will to the greater flow of life. Patience is not about passively accepting anything that comes our way, rather, it's an active decision to be at peace, no matter the situation. When we embrace patience, we're choosing to let go of the struggle, to let life flow in its own rhythm, and to live with a quiet, unshakable strength. If you're ready to rediscover this lost art of patience, then you're in the right place. On this channel, we explore ancient wisdom and practical tools that can help us lead more balanced, fulfilling lives. So, take a deep breath, settle in, and join us as we uncover how patience can transform the way you experience life. And, of course, if you find these insights valuable, consider subscribing to our channel. Together, let's cultivate a life filled with peace, understanding, and a little more patience, one moment at a time. Part 1: Understanding True Patience, the Wisdom in Waiting. Patience is often mistaken for simply waiting or enduring something unpleasant until it passes. But true patience goes much deeper. It's not about passively sitting back and watching the clock tick away, it's about cultivating a state of inner calm and strength, even when the world around us feels chaotic or challenging. Think of patience as a quiet, unbreakable strength. Imagine standing in the middle of a storm with winds roaring around you. Patience isn't pretending the storm isn't happening, it's finding a sense of calm in your heart, knowing that this storm too shall pass. When we truly understand patience, we see it as the ability to maintain that calm resilience, whether we're facing delays, disappointments, or even deep hardships. It is the space we give ourselves to respond rather than react, to embrace each moment without being swept away by it. Let me share with you a simple but profound story to illustrate this. Picture a gardener who carefully plants seeds in the earth, each one a hope for the future. Every day, he tends to them, watering them, shielding them from harsh sun, and pulling away the weeds that might compete for nutrients. Day after day, he sees little change, perhaps only a bit of fresh soil turned over, a hint of green. He doesn't rush the process, he understands that growth takes time. That nature unfolds at its own pace. This gardener knows that if he uproots his seeds to check if they're growing, he'll only harm them. And so, he waits, trusting that one day, those seeds will blossom into strong, beautiful plants. This gardener's patience is a perfect analogy for how we can face life's challenges. Sometimes we invest time, energy, and love into something, yet the results are not immediately visible. We may feel discouraged, tempted to give up or force an outcome. But just as the gardener trusts the seeds, we, too, can find peace in letting life unfold, with patience and gentle care. Buddha taught us that patience is not passive, it is active acceptance. Patience doesn't mean sitting idly by while life happens. Instead, it means embracing each moment, even the difficult ones, with a sense of calm and acceptance. It is recognizing that we can't control everything but also understanding that we can choose how we respond to everything. By allowing life to flow at its natural pace, we align ourselves with its rhythm rather than fighting against it. The true essence of patience is about maintaining this inner peace, no matter what challenges come our way. It's a state of being where we can breathe, pause, and choose our response. When we cultivate this patience, we discover clarity even in the midst of chaos, calm in the face of stress, and a steady mind that isn't easily shaken. As we dive deeper into the teachings of patience, remember that this journey isn't just about enduring hardships, it's about transforming how we experience each moment. The peace, strength, and resilience you build with patience can empower you to handle life with a grace that is unshakable. So, take a deep breath, and trust that every small act of patience brings you closer to a life of greater clarity and calm. Part 2, The Benefits of Patience, How It Enriches Daily Life. Patience is a quiet power that can transform how we experience life. When we're patient, we're not just holding back from frustration, we're nurturing a sense of peace that settles deeply within us. This calmness becomes a foundation, allowing us to face challenges with resilience and clarity rather than stress and agitation. It's amazing to realize that something as subtle as patience can have such profound effects on our well-being and relationships. Think of patience as a balm that soothes the mind. When we allow ourselves to wait without irritation, we reduce stress and give ourselves the space to make thoughtful decisions. Imagine a busy parent trying to juggle a career, household responsibilities, and time with the kids. When the demands pile up, patience is the thread that keeps everything from unraveling. Instead of reacting in frustration, they can pause, take a deep breath, and see each moment for what it is, a chance to respond calmly, to solve a problem with clarity, to make choices that are thoughtful rather than impulsive. Patience becomes the difference between a moment of stress and an opportunity for growth. As the saying goes, patience is a companion of wisdom. It guides us to pause, take stock, and see beyond the immediate frustration. With patience, we give ourselves the grace to step back and consider our response. Instead of reacting in the heat of the moment, we cultivate mindfulness, which opens the door to wiser decisions. In those moments when life tests us, patience helps us to respond with grace and understanding. Patience also has a beautiful ripple effect on our relationships. When we're patient, we're not just benefiting ourselves, we're showing empathy to others. Think about a time when someone was patient with you. Maybe a friend listened without judgment, or a colleague took the time to help without frustration. Those moments left a mark because they deepened the connection, showing you that they cared. In the same way, when we practice patience, we nurture our bonds with others. We listen more attentively, we give others the space to be themselves, and we build relationships rooted in compassion and mutual respect. This isn't just about handling life's small annoyances, it's about creating a life that feels balanced and harmonious. Patience allows us to move through the world with less resistance and more ease, reducing inner turmoil and fostering outer harmony. When we embrace patience, we experience more moments of joy, gratitude, and connection. Life, in turn, feels richer and more meaningful. In the end, patience is more than just a virtue, it's a life skill that enhances both inner peace and outer relationships. When we commit to patience, we're not just learning to wait, we're learning to live fully, finding grace and wisdom in every moment. So, let's remember that each act of patience brings us closer to a life filled with peace, empathy, and deeper connections. Part 3, Practical Techniques to Cultivate Patience. Patience, like any skill, can be nurtured and strengthened through practice. By incorporating small but meaningful techniques into our daily lives, we can gradually cultivate the habit of patience, transforming it from a struggle into a natural response to life's challenges. Let's explore some practical ways to foster patience in our everyday experiences. 1. Start with mindful breathing. One of the simplest yet most powerful techniques to cultivate patience is mindful breathing. Whenever you feel a surge of frustration or impatience, pause and take a few deep, steady breaths. Feel the air entering your lungs, and let it carry away the tension as you exhale. Inhaling slowly through the nose, holding for a moment, and then releasing through the mouth creates an instant sense of calm, helping you regain control of your emotions. Mindful breathing is a practice that anchors us to the present, quieting the restless thoughts that often fuel impatience. It's a reminder to slow down, to breathe through the urge to react, and to center ourselves in the moment. 2. The Zen Parable of the Archer. There's a beautiful Zen story about an archer who seeks the perfect shot. Eager to master his skill, he approaches a wise teacher, expecting to be shown intricate techniques. But the master instead instructs him in patience and focus, telling him that true mastery lies in a calm and steady mind. The archer learns that he cannot rush the process, he must trust in his training, allow his mind to clear, and find his center. Only then can he release the arrow with precision. This parable reminds us that patience is an essential part of any journey. When we learn to wait with intention and let go of the urge to force outcomes, we discover a deeper level of skill and understanding. Like the archer, our actions become more effective when we approach them with patience. 3. Practice empathy, walk in others' shoes. Impatience often arises when we see things only from our own perspective. To counter this, we can practice empathy by placing ourselves in others' shoes. When we take a moment to consider what someone else might be experiencing, it softens our hearts and reduces frustration. Compassion helps replace judgment with understanding, making it easier to respond with patience. As the saying goes, when you are patient with others, you are patient with yourself. By extending patience to others, we not only improve our relationships but also create a more peaceful space within ourselves. Practicing empathy shifts our focus from what irritates us to what connects us, fostering a sense of unity and kindness. 4. Set realistic expectations. Impatience often stems from setting unrealistic expectations for ourselves and others. When we expect things to happen quickly or perfectly, we're more likely to feel frustrated when reality doesn't align. Instead, we can adjust our expectations to be more forgiving and flexible. Life, like nature, follows its own rhythm. By accepting this, we allow ourselves to move with life's natural flow rather than fighting against it. Adjusting our expectations can make waiting feel less like a burden and more like a part of the journey. 5. Cultivate a gratitude practice. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to impatience. When we focus on what we already have instead of what we're waiting for, we find contentment in the present moment. Practicing gratitude can be as simple as taking a few moments each day to reflect on what's good in your life. It might be the warmth of the sun, a kind word from a friend, or the comfort of home. Gratitude shifts our focus from what's missing to what's present, helping us find joy in the here and now. This change in perspective makes us more patient, as we stop constantly yearning for the next thing and start appreciating the gifts of the present moment. 6. Daily practice and setting boundaries. To cultivate patience, we also need to set boundaries that protect our energy and give us space to breathe. When we're overextended and constantly rushing, impatience naturally follows. Establishing boundaries helps us manage our time and prioritize self-care, making it easier to remain calm and centered. Consider the story of a monk who learned the importance of boundaries to maintain his inner peace. This monk would retreat each day to a quiet place to meditate, shielding himself from distractions. These boundaries weren't just physical, they were a commitment to his own well-being, allowing him to approach each day with patience and clarity. By setting healthy boundaries, we create a space where patience can grow, free from the pressures of constant activity. Conclusion: the path to patience through simple practices. Through these simple yet powerful techniques, mindful breathing, empathy, gratitude, setting realistic expectations, and establishing boundaries, we can transform patience from an occasional effort into a regular habit. Each of these practices brings us closer to a state of calm, empowering us to meet life's challenges with a steady heart and a clear mind. Remember, cultivating patience isn't a one-time act, it's a journey that unfolds over time. Each moment of practice is a step towards a life filled with greater peace, resilience, and understanding. By embracing patience as a daily practice, we invite more grace and harmony into our lives, making each day feel a little lighter and a lot more meaningful. Part 4: Managing Impatience in Challenging Situations. Patience is easiest when life flows smoothly, but true mastery lies in maintaining patience when we're tested, when we're under stress, facing setbacks, or feeling that familiar irritation rising within us. Cultivating patience in these moments can transform not only how we react to challenges but also how we experience them. Here are some powerful ways to manage impatience in those difficult moments, helping us find calm and clarity where we may feel anything but. 1. Recognize and observe impatience as it arises. The first step in managing impatience is awareness. Often, impatience sneaks up on us, a tense jaw, a quickened heart, or an irritated tone. Learning to recognize these signs allows us to catch impatience before it takes over. When we become aware of our impatience, we can observe it without judgment, understanding that it's a natural feeling rather than something to resist. Picture a moment when you're stuck in traffic, already late, with every second feeling like it's slipping through your fingers. Frustration builds, and impatience urges you to honk, to fidget, or to let irritation fester. But instead of letting impatience take the lead, pause, and take a mindful breath. Feel the cool air as you inhale and the warmth as you exhale, grounding yourself in that small moment of calm. This simple act shifts your perspective, reminding you that while you can't change the traffic, you can change how you experience it. 2. Shift perspective through empathy. One of the most powerful ways to diffuse impatience is to step outside ourselves and see things from another's point of view. When we're caught up in frustration, it's often because we're solely focused on how things affect us. By widening our perspective, we foster compassion and ease our impatience. Imagine you're in line at a busy coffee shop, waiting longer than usual as the barista carefully makes each drink. Instead of letting frustration build, consider the barista's experience. Perhaps they're tired, or they're trying to get every order perfect despite the rush. This shift in perspective doesn't just help us stay calm, it fosters patience by transforming our obstacles into opportunities for empathy. As Buddha wisely said, "You will not be punished for your anger, you will be punished by your anger." Impatience is like a self-imposed punishment. It clouds our peace, sharpens our words, and disturbs our sense of well-being. By choosing empathy, we not only release the grip of anger but also walk a path toward inner peace, where our patience becomes a source of strength rather than a struggle. 3. Practice gratitude and embrace flexibility. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to impatience, helping us focus on what's going right rather than what's going wrong. When faced with setbacks, we can practice gratitude by acknowledging the positive aspects of our situation, even in small ways. If you're delayed by unexpected traffic, maybe it's a chance to listen to a favorite song, an audiobook, or just enjoy a rare moment of stillness. Shifting our mindset to appreciate these small blessings turns waiting from a burden into a moment of quiet joy. Flexibility is also essential to cultivating patience. Life rarely unfolds exactly as we plan. When we release our tight grip on how things should go, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and allow patience to flow more naturally. Imagine a river bending around rocks. Instead of resisting, it simply flows, adjusting its course as needed. We, too, can cultivate patience by being flexible, flowing around life's obstacles rather than battling against them. Key lesson: transforming reactions through self-awareness and flexibility. Ultimately, managing impatience in challenging situations is about transforming our reactions by becoming more self-aware and adaptable. Impatience is often rooted in our desire for control, but true patience emerges when we accept that some things are simply beyond our influence. By practicing awareness, empathy, gratitude, and flexibility, we don't just learn to put up with difficult moments, we learn to embrace them as part of life's natural rhythm. We find that patience is not just about waiting, it's about responding to life's twists and turns with a steady heart and a peaceful mind. In every challenging situation, remember that patience is a choice you make for yourself. Each moment you practice patience, you're choosing peace, clarity, and resilience over anger and frustration. Through this practice, we can find a deeper sense of harmony, connecting more fully to ourselves and to those around us. Part 5, Mindfulness, a gateway to lasting patience. At the heart of patience lies a simple yet profound practice, mindfulness. To be mindful is to be present, fully awake to the moment, observing our thoughts and emotions without getting swept away by them. This foundation of mindfulness is where true patience begins. When we are mindful, we create space between our experiences and our reactions. In this space, we can choose calm over frustration, acceptance over resistance, and clarity over confusion. Imagine a monk seated in meditation at a bustling market. Around him, vendors are calling, children are playing, and carts are rolling by. Yet, he remains centered, serene, as if the noise is a distant echo. How can he sit there, undisturbed amidst such chaos? The monk has cultivated mindfulness, the art of staying deeply present. Instead of letting his mind be pulled by each sound and movement, he simply observes them, acknowledging their presence without being consumed by them. He's not resisting or blocking out the noise, he's letting it flow around him like a gentle breeze. In this way, mindfulness anchors him in peace, teaching us that we too can find calm amidst the chaos of our lives. The power of the pause. One of the simplest yet most transformative aspects of mindfulness is the power of the pause. When we feel a strong impulse to react, whether it's out of frustration, anger, or impatience, a brief pause allows us to regain control. In that pause, we can take a breath, center ourselves, and respond with clarity instead of letting emotions dictate our actions. Pausing doesn't mean ignoring our feelings or pushing them aside. Rather, it allows us to acknowledge them without letting them lead us. It's as if we're saying to ourselves, I see this feeling, but I don't have to act on it right away. This mindful pause is where patience finds its strength. It's in the stillness of this moment that we can let go of knee-jerk reactions and instead choose a response that aligns with our values and intentions. As a beautiful saying goes, in the stillness, patience finds its strength. When we allow ourselves a moment of stillness, patience naturally follows. This inner pause brings with it a sense of resilience, a quiet confidence that we can face whatever comes our way without losing our peace. With each mindful pause, we deepen our patience, learning to embrace life's ups and downs with grace and balance. Incorporating mindfulness into daily life. Mindfulness doesn't require a quiet mountain retreat or hours of meditation. We can weave mindfulness into the fabric of our daily routines, allowing it to nurture patience in simple yet powerful ways. Here are a few practices to begin with. Mindful breathing. Whenever you feel impatient, take a few slow, deep breaths. Feel each inhale and exhale fully, bringing your attention to the gentle rhythm of your breath. This mindful breathing anchors you in the present and calms the mind, helping you regain patience in moments of stress. Mindful walking. Next time you walk, whether to your car, at work, or through a park, bring awareness to each step. Feel the ground beneath your feet, notice the movement of your body, and breathe in the surroundings. This simple act can turn a mundane walk into a moment of peace, allowing you to let go of rushing and simply be present. Mindful observation. Take a few moments each day to observe something in your environment, a tree, a cup of tea, or even the sound of birds. Let go of distractions and simply experience it fully. This act of focused awareness brings a sense of calm and appreciation, training us to be patient with our surroundings and ourselves. Mindfulness isn't about perfection, it's about presence. With each mindful moment, we are building our patience, brick by brick, creating a foundation of calm that can support us in all aspects of life. Encouragement for the journey. Mindfulness is a journey, not a destination. It takes time and practice, but each small step brings us closer to a life rooted in patience and peace. As you integrate mindfulness into your day, remember that every mindful breath, every pause, and every moment of awareness is a gift you're giving yourself. These practices strengthen not only your patience but also your resilience, helping you navigate life with a steadier, more open heart. In this mindful presence, we discover that patience is not something we must try to achieve, it is something that unfolds naturally when we live fully in each moment. With mindfulness as our guide, patience becomes less of a struggle and more of a way of being, a quiet strength that allows us to embrace life with grace, understanding, and unwavering peace. Part 6: Insights from Buddhist Teachings on Patience. In the heart of Buddhist wisdom lies the teaching that patience is more than just a virtue, it's a path, a transformative journey that leads to inner peace, compassion, and, ultimately, enlightenment. In Buddhism, patience is honored as one of the 6 perfections, paramithas, the essential qualities that guide us toward a higher understanding in a life filled with compassion, acceptance, and wisdom. To practice patience, then, is to walk on a path that purifies the heart and mind, bringing us closer to our truest, most peaceful selves. Patience as a path to enlightenment. Patience, in Buddhist teachings, is not passive or weak. It's an active, powerful force that allows us to transform the way we respond to life's hardships and trials. Through patience, we learn to approach each moment with acceptance, releasing the need to control everything and embracing things as they are. This acceptance doesn't mean resignation, rather, it's a choice to let go of resistance, allowing us to face challenges with a peaceful and open heart. When we cultivate patience, we also cultivate compassion, both for ourselves and for others. We develop the wisdom to understand that every person is on their own journey, facing battles we may never see. Patience teaches us to approach each experience with kindness, knowing that everyone, including ourselves, deserves grace, understanding, and acceptance. In this way, patience becomes a bridge, connecting us to others in empathy and connecting us to ourselves in self-acceptance. The story of Angulimala, a transformation through patience. One of the most powerful stories in Buddhism that illustrates the redemptive power of patience is the story of Angulimala. Angulimala was once a feared bandit, living a life of violence and anger. But one day, he encountered the Buddha, who walked calmly and fearlessly into his path. Angulimala was struck by the Buddha's serene presence, and despite his reputation as a ruthless killer, he found himself listening to the Buddha's teachings. Through the Buddha's patience and compassion, Angulimala began to see the harm he was causing, not only to others but to himself. The Buddha's unwavering patience opened his heart, leading Angulimala to a profound transformation. He renounced his life of violence, choosing instead to follow the Buddha's teachings and dedicate himself to a life of peace. Over time, he became a revered monk, embodying the very patience and compassion he had once lacked. This story reminds us that patience has the power to redeem and transform, even in the most challenging situations. Angulimala's journey shows us that patience is not only a path to enlightenment for ourselves but can also be a light that helps others find their way. The wisdom of letting go. Buddha once said, "Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else, you are the one who gets burned." This powerful teaching reminds us that impatience and anger harm us more than they harm anyone else. When we hold on to resentment or frustration, it consumes our peace, disturbs our mind, and clouds our judgment. But when we choose patience, we release this hot coal, freeing ourselves from the pain and choosing a path of healing instead. In this way, patience becomes an act of self-compassion. By letting go of anger and impatience, we protect our own well-being. We allow our minds to settle, our hearts to soften, and our spirit to grow. Patience is, in essence, a gift we give ourselves, a gift of freedom from unnecessary suffering, of peace in the face of adversity, and of strength when life feels overwhelming. A pathway to a more peaceful, compassionate life. Buddhist teachings show us that patience is far more than just waiting for things to get better, it's a conscious choice to respond to life with wisdom and compassion. Each time we practice patience, we're nurturing qualities that lead to a richer, more harmonious existence. We're learning to meet life's struggles with resilience, to see others with empathy, and to face our own shortcomings with acceptance. Patience is not simply a passive virtue, it's a way of being that transforms us from within. When we walk the path of patience, we're not just moving toward a quieter mind, we're moving toward a more compassionate heart. We begin to see patience as a light, illuminating the way forward, helping us to live in a way that is both kind and wise. This journey is not always easy, but with each step, we bring ourselves closer to a life that is filled with understanding, peace, and a deep, unshakable joy. Let patience be your guide, a quiet strength that leads you to live each day with openness and grace. Through patience, may we all find the peace and compassion that bring us closer to ourselves and to one another. Part 7, Real-World Stories of Patience's Transformative Power. Patience isn't just an abstract virtue, it's a force that has shaped history, empowered art, and transformed lives. Through the lives of remarkable figures, we see how patience is more than simply waiting, it's a profound strength that enables resilience, fuels creativity, and inspires lasting change. Let's explore how patience influenced two iconic lives, Mahatma Gandhi and Vincent van Gogh. These stories show us that patience is not only transformative but deeply essential for realizing one's purpose. 1. Gandhi, the power of patience in overcoming adversity. Mahatma Gandhi is celebrated worldwide for his commitment to nonviolence and his steadfast pursuit of India's independence. What's remarkable about Gandhi's journey is his unwavering patience in the face of tremendous adversity. Gandhi faced ridicule, imprisonment, and hardship, but he chose the path of patience and peaceful resistance over anger and aggression. For over 2 decades, Gandhi led peaceful protests, urging his fellow citizens to resist British rule through nonviolent means. He understood that true change couldn't be achieved through force but through a patient, steadfast commitment to principles. His patience was not passive, it was a force, a strength that kept him grounded and focused on his vision of freedom. Gandhi's approach wasn't about rushing to victory but about allowing change to unfold naturally. Powered by the resilience of a people united in patience and peace. This patience ultimately changed the course of history. Gandhi's life teaches us that patience is not weak or passive, it is a form of active resistance, a quiet strength that allows us to face even the harshest of challenges with dignity and grace. Gandhi's patience reminds us that real change often takes time, and that through patience, we can build something lasting and meaningful. 2. Vincent van Gogh, the patience behind artistic mastery. In the realm of art, Vincent van Gogh's journey stands as a testament to patience in the face of struggle and adversity. Van Gogh's life was marked by poverty, mental health challenges, and countless rejections. Yet he continued to paint with unwavering passion, creating over 2,000 works despite not receiving recognition during his lifetime. Van Gogh's patience lay in his dedication to his craft. He knew that art was his calling, and despite all the obstacles he faced, he didn't give up. He poured his heart and soul into every brushstroke, finding solace in the act of creation itself. Each painting was a testament to his patience. His willingness to work through struggle without expectation of fame or fortune. Today, Van Gogh's art is celebrated and revered around the world. His story teaches us that patience isn't always rewarded in the ways we expect. Sometimes, its true value lies in the journey itself. For Van Gogh, patience was the quiet persistence that allowed him to keep creating, even in darkness. His life reminds us that patience fuels passion, and that dedication, even in solitude, can create beauty that resonates across time. The stories of Gandhi and Van Gogh offer powerful examples of patience's transformative power. These individuals faced hardships and disappointments, yet they stayed true to their purpose with quiet resilience. Their journeys encourage us to reflect on our own lives and the ways we can cultivate patience to enrich our experiences. Imagine what might change if we approached our lives with the same patience, with a willingness to persevere, to trust the process, and to dedicate ourselves wholeheartedly to what we love. When we embrace patience, we're not just learning to wait, we're learning to live fully, to honor our path without rushing to the finish line. As you move forward, let these stories be a source of inspiration. Whether you're facing setbacks, nurturing a creative dream, or seeking personal growth, remember that patience is a powerful ally. With patience, you can find strength in adversity, purpose in struggle, and fulfillment in the journey itself. Part 8, Final Reflection, Embracing Patience as a Daily Practice. Patience is not just a virtue we turn to in moments of frustration, it's a way of life, a mindset that brings depth, peace, and resilience to each day. By practicing patience, we invite a gentle strength into our lives, one that allows us to meet challenges with grace and to find joy in the journey itself. Imagine a life where stress, irritation, and urgency no longer control your reactions. Instead, patience becomes your steady companion, allowing you to move through life with calm and clarity. When we cultivate patience, we're nurturing more than just the ability to wait, we're building a foundation for lasting inner peace and resilience. Patience opens the door to deeper joy, helping us appreciate each moment as it comes, whether it's one of success or struggle. As we journey through life, let patience become a practice woven into each day. Start small, whether it's by taking a mindful breath in a stressful situation, practicing gratitude when things don't go as planned, or simply allowing yourself to pause before reacting. These small acts build a powerful habit, nurturing a mindset of calm acceptance that supports us through life's twists and turns. As David G. Allen wisely said, patience is the calm acceptance that things can happen in a different order than the one you have in mind. This quote reminds us that patience is about letting go of control and allowing life to unfold in its own beautiful, unpredictable way. By accepting life's natural rhythm, we find harmony within ourselves and with the world around us. Patience teaches us to trust the timing of our lives, to welcome each experience with an open heart, and to respond with a steady spirit. Let this journey be one you share, not only with yourself but with others. As you embrace patience, your calm presence creates a ripple effect, inspiring those around you to find their own peace and understanding. Every time you choose patience, you contribute to a world that is a little more gentle, a little more compassionate. So, as we come to the end of this exploration of patience, I invite you to carry these insights with you. Embrace patience as a practice, as a daily commitment to living with purpose and presence. Each act of patience is a step toward a life that is grounded, joyful, and in harmony with the flow of life itself. And as you walk this path, know that each moment of patience is helping to create a world filled with understanding, empathy, and peace. Thank you for joining me on this journey of discovering patience. May it guide you, comfort you, and bring you closer to the life of peace and fulfillment that you seek. If you found these insights helpful and want to continue this journey towards a more peaceful, balanced life, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. By subscribing, you'll stay connected to more inspiring content like this. And if this video resonated with you, please give it a like and share it with friends or family who might benefit from these teachings. Let's spread positivity and wisdom together. Your support truly helps grow our community. Thank you for watching.